Hello and welcome to What's the Script, the podcast where we try and guess the plots of films we've never seen. My name's Stuart McPherson.
My name's Stephen Buchanan.
How you doing, Steve?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What's new?
I've just been watching films, watched this film,
For example,
watched other films.
what other films?
Well, I've been watching TV shows.
Sort
So
of
not-
like the films but of TV.
You could say that.
Mm.
Yeah.
What TV shows you been watching?
Stranger Things.
Oh yes.
They're like films, because they're like...
Apparently the new ones are like an hour and a half long and shit.
That's like films. That's like a series of films.
You're not getting me watching that. No way.
It's
You have
great,
to
though.
pay me.
You got a bit of Kate Bush.
I do like Kate Bush.
Running up that hill.
Tune.
Great song.
But I watched the first couple of episodes of the show and I thought, nah, fuck this.
The first series or the
First series.
You need to wait till the fourth series.
That's what everyone says about everything, but I can't be arsed.
It's
Can I?
great. Get on board.
Not
man.
interested, man.
You'd rather fuck about with robots instead of monsters.
Yeah, I would. And I'd rather just go on YouTube and type something in and watch some shit videos on there than watch an hour and a half of people
Monsters.
pretending it's the 80s.
I like the 80s.
Speaking
Seemed
of
cool.
the 80s, can I ask you, do you have any desire to see or perhaps do an episode on Top Gun Maverick?
There's a question.
That's a question, because famously we've already done Top Gun, not Maverick.
Yep. As I believe the original Top Gun will be known.
Yes, not
Eventually.
Maverick. Not Maverick. So we could do Maverick.
Well,
I've
one
heard
thing,
it's a
one
lot
thing I
better.
know about it, is that it's meant to be good.
Yeah, I've
Which
heard
shocks
it's a
me.
lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I we could do it.
Don't know if I can be arsed.
I can't be asked, but we could
We
do
could
it.
go to the cinema and do an in-cinema one.
We could do whatever the hell we want.
We could. We could
But-
get an illegal stream on right now
watch
and
it
watch
right
it.
now, and this could be the whole episode.
But
This could
the
the start
intro-
of Ex Machina is 2 hours of me and Steve watching Top Gun Maverick.
I think that'd be a great intro. Just leave in all the sounds.
Yeah, it's an idea
It
for
is,
sure. Yeah, and we've only done one sequel, right? Which was Terminator. Not that it's a sequel, but
We done. No, is that the only one? Yeah.
yeah, and we'll probably do The Godfather Part 2.
Hmm.
When are we going to do that?
Maybe next week.
Well, the thing is, yeah, because in the outro of this, which we're going to record in a minute, we need to say what film we're watching next week, and we've actually not discussed it.
With not.
So should we do The Godfather Part 2?
Yeah.
All right, and that's yet another production meeting we've had on air. Thank you.
There we go. I think
Easy
that's
peasy.
enough. I think we could move into the episode.
Yeah, let's just bloody do that.
Yeah.
Steve, what movie did we try and guess the plot of this week?
Well, I'm gonna call it Ex Machina, and you're gonna call
You
it
doggedly
Ex
clung to
Machina,
that, didn't you? Even by the end, you were still calling it Ex Machina.
because I was speaking to a listener, Liam Withnell, good friend of the show.
Is
and
it right?
he started calling it Ex, because I got you got in my head, you gaslit
I
me.
really thought
I
it was
started
Ex
calling
Machina.
it Ex Machina,
That's all I've ever heard people call it.
and then Liam was like, "Oh, you're watching Ex Machina."
Oh, he's fucking thick as well,
So,
probably.
shut up.
He thinks he's a smart guy that's into movies. Where do you stand on this, Mark?
It's about machines.
I have genuinely
Deus
no
Ex Machina,
idea.
isn't it?
I have no idea. I've only seen it come up on
It's
Netflix.
perfect for us, our podcast, that we never got to the bottom of this.
But that's the thing. It's probably that we phrase is like Ex Machina, but because this is about
You
machines,
think it's a pun?
It's a pun. It's Roger Ebert wrote this
You
film.
say Machina, I say
But-
Machina.
Exactly. Potato potatoes.
Okay, fine. We watched Ex Machina.
Machina/Machina.
Let's see if we could guess it.
Enjoy. Stu, what do you know about this film, which I'm going to call Ex Machina? First of all, how do you pronounce it?
I think I would say Ex Machina,
Okay.
but could be. Tell us who pronounced it right, and they get a point.
Okay,
I don't know. I would say Machina.
because this is my thought. It
Ex
looks like,
Machina
it looks like a robot on the poster,
is a robot.
and that would make me think it's a machine.
That's a machine, isn't it? Last I checked, a robot.
A robot's a bit of a machine. if you
Because
ask me.
I've heard, actually, weirdly, obviously I knew we would. What the fuck was that?
I was I was acting like a nerd.
Yeah.
I was pushing up glasses and snorting.
I can't remember where, but recently I heard someone use the phrase Deus Ex Machina.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, exactly. I don't know.
Is it Spanish?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think it means like. I think it's to do with like God of Machines or something like that. Or...
Right. Who said this?
It's not like I was in the pub and someone said this to me. I just read it or heard
Right.
it. I can't remember, but I was like, "Oh, worth knowing because we're doing this soon." But it's not like I didn't Google it or anything like that.
Okay.
In terms of the actual film, I know that Donald Gleason's in it. I know that
Of the Brendan Gleeson fame, son.
of the Brendan Gleeson famed son, Oscar Isaac's in it.
Yep, this is all on the poster that we'll put up here for the YouTube people.
Who's the lass in it again? I didn't know her name down.
No, don't
There's a lass in it, and she's the robot person.
yeah.
And on the poster, it says the tagline is "What happens to me if I fail your test," which was useful plot-wise.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just know it's like a sci-fi. I know it was well regarded, and it's not that old. And my sister likes it.
The girl is Alicia
Vikander.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. I've heard the name. She sounds a bit modern for me.
Yeah,
I know people like Reese Witherspoon,
I know her.
Sigourney Weaver.
I know her as well.
Yeah. What do you know?
I know nothing about this film. I know
Good.
absolutely nothing. It's
Hee-haw.
one of those films that whenever you're on Netflix and you're scrolling along, it pops up all the time and you immediately just scroll by it.
Keep going.
Don't
I'm
give
not
a shit.
exactly in the mood to watch Ex Machina right now. Thank you very
Exactly.
much.
I don't like machines.
I'm going to watch Dodgeball again.
for the 9th time this week.
So you don't know shit.
I don't know shit about Dick.
It's a sci-fi film. I'm assuming there's an android. And
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's kind of a philosophical experiment of like,
Oh yeah.
who are we as man to create machine in our image and playing God and all that, and like
That's
I think it's going to
interesting.
be questions like that. I think it's going to be quite a thinky film, but
Well,
could be way off.
I've got in my plot that there's a pretty cool allegory in it.
It's a nod, is it, to maybe Homer's Iliad or something? Or
It's
one
actually
of your favourite
I think
tombs?
It's about
tomes?
Plato's cave,
Mm.
reality, blah blah blah.
What is
Actually-
real?
I actually think it'll be an allegory for race.
Is that one of your bonuses?
It's just in my plot.
All right, okay, cool.
I think it'll be very obviously this is about this thing.
Right.
It's not as clever as you think it is.
Okay, interesting. The way I've, just from things I've picked up over the years, but I think this is like a well-regarded film. I think this is one that like filmy people do like. So
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be bludgeoning you over the head with pish metaphors, but maybe I
Like
don't know.
Roger
Like Roger with his
bludgeoning
fucking
his-
trophy.
Pals.
Right, should we do the numbers?
Yeah. Year, I'm saying 2007.
I've got 2015.
Okay.
I think it's later than yours, certainly.
Okay. So you think this is only 7 years old?
Yeah, I was actually going to go more modern than that.
Okay.
But then I keep thinking, I'm getting old now, and I think 5 years ago was 2015, but it's not. Know what
This
I mean?
is the old Mandela effect happening to me. I'm sure I've seen this film poster or been about for fucking since I was at school, no?
No, you think everything came out when you were in fourth year. Because mentally you're still in fourth year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be surprised though. I think it's more modern than 2007.
That was like an
Because
arrow to
Donald
the
Gleason,
heart.
he's not been that. In fact, Alicia Vikander, she's young, I think.
Is Donald Gleason, was he in Black Mirror in that
Yeah.
episode where it's basically a robot?
Yeah, well, I was going to. Part of my thing was that I think it's going to feel like a long episode of Black Mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the ginger guy that's in
Which
that
is
episode.
literally the episode about his wife being a robot in it or something.
Yeah, I think, does he not die and then she gets him made into a robot?
That's it.
I think.
That's it.
Yeah, something like that, innit?
He's been typecast.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes.
85%.
I've got 93. Runtime.
2 hours on the dot.
I've
Bang
got
on.
1 hour 55 minutes on the dot.
Hmm.
Certificates.
15.
Always a 15. Actors.
Chris Pratt. Forrest Whitaker. Spanish guy who plays Puss in Boots.
Antonio Banderas.
The very guy. Paul Dano. Kristen Stewart.
It's not a bad little blunt rotation, that.
I
I've
wouldn't
got
like that as a blunt rotation, apart from Forrest Whitaker. I think he'd be class.
Paul Dano's big face, stoned.
Big
Not what you
stupid
want.
face. Chris Pratt being an arsehole.
Yeah, with his guns and everything. I've
Kristen Stewart face tripping her the whole time. She's on a
got.
badge.
It would actually be shit now I think about it.
That'd
Yeah,
be
you're right.
awful.
Stinking blunt rotation.
Maybe Banderas would be good. He could do Puss
I'd
in
be
Boots
asking him
impressions.
He's trying to tell me about all his favourite, like really good roles he's done in Hollywood. Like, come on,
Yeah.
we're all friends here.
Tell me about
Puss in Boots. I've got Rose Byrne, Chloe Grace Moretz, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jamie Dornan, Kenneth Branagh, and Margaret Cho, who was in Face Off. She pops up and stuff. I'm always surprised to see her.
That was a whole bunch of names you've never said before. In
Yeah,
this section.
well, I'm aware that I'm testing people's patience with John Malkovich every week.
But you're
I'll
gonna be
piss
gutted
myself
when
off. I'm
he
like, let's
shows
just
up.
think of some new people. Yeah, I know.
When he shows up this week. Who was
Yeah.
that first person?
Rose Byrne.
Who's that?
She's Australian. She's in Bridesmaids. She plays the sort of
Of course she
snooty one.
does. Of course she does.
She's great. Character names.
John, Bob, Frank, Sally, Prototype 246, Scientist, Peasant.
Peasant. Great. Back to Les Mis times, is it?
Yeah.
Loaf of bread.
It could be like futuristic but set in the past.
Okay. Is that what you've got?
No. But
Trying to cover all bases here.
yeah, I'm covering bases. What I'm actually thinking is there's going to be some sort of segregation, so there'll be peasants in this world.
Okay. Kind of a District 9 vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I've written
That mad
District
pish
9.
film.
It
I've
was
got
alright.
Eve, Frank, Victor, Unit 1, Robert, Jacob, Alice, Scientist, Investment Banker.
Victor is a name that crops up all the time in these
I've
films.
gone down the Frankenstein route. I think it's going to be a nod. I think they'll have a nod to Frankenstein in this if they're making a person, and obviously Victor Frankenstein.
Who
So
was
I've got
the
Frank.
monster?
No, that was the scientist.
Not a lot of people know that.
Not a lot of people know that,
Victor
but actually
was the
Frankenstein's actually called Victor Frankenstein. I've gone for Eve for the old Adam and Eve first woman thing if she's the first android. It's very clever what I'm doing.
You're very clever.
I'm
this week.
so smart this
Can't
week.
believe I'm going to have a character called Puss in Boots. Hopefully that'll crop up.
Maybe there'll be an android Puss in Boots.
An android cat played by Banderas. Cool.
Taglines.
That's good. I
Only
think
got
we should
two
just
this week.
do two this week, Stu.
Because we've only written 2 each, and you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think we'll give the audience a break this week and just do 2 each.
I'm against giving the audience a break in any way.
Sometimes a machine is even more human than a person.
Nice.
Very wordy.
Sometimes you gotta be a machine to be a human being.
Yeah.
I've
that
got
yours?
Nope. I've got your Ex Machina mistake. If you miss this film, hinges on me possibly pronouncing it wrong. Don't know. Your Ex Machina mistake. If you miss this film, you can just go with whatever's right. But then the wordplay doesn't work.
I like it. Still, you don't need to explain it to me. I get it. I'm smart too.
My second one,
Oh.
yeah, I'll just fire straight through. I don't want you to pass it back to me after this. I'm done with this shit. Ex Machina, current Machina, it's all good.
What does that mean?
You know, was it in the, yeah, we don't need to get into it. Ex Machina, current Machina.
Because it's like an X is the
Yeah,
opposite
it's
of
all
the
good.
current. Cool,
It's
good.
very clever.
I like it a lot. The mechanics of being human.
Wow. I'm very generic this week. It sounds like you're really giving Roger a lot of leg room. Not even flirting with puns.
Well, I can't keep giving myself this much work. Ex Machina, I already know it's going to be hard to make puns out of. You'd have to be a robot not to enjoy this film. Don't steal his jokes, Stu. Come on.
Well, his jokes shouldn't be so easy to steal. Should we do dialogue?
Fuck. I've not
You improvising.
not written any.
I'll go first then to give you some time.
Shit. Okay.
Love it. I never feel more alive than when I've written dialogue and you've forgotten. That's the fire in my belly, that.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Okay, can I set the scene for you, Steve?
Please.
2 mad freaky scientists in their lab or whatever.
You're really painting a picture for me, Stu.
It's in a very evocative image, isn't it?
Yeah. What I'm getting here is two scientists in a lab.
In a lab, yeah. You honestly don't change it at all. You've nailed
That's
it
what
so
I'm
far.
getting. Are they holding beakers?
Yeah, they've got pipettes.
They got Bunsen burners.
Bunsen burners, like 8 Bunsens on, just ready to go. Um,
Little goggles.
yeah,
lab
goggles,
coats.
lab coats, of course, hair nets on.
I never had hairnets. Fuck.
Neither did we, but I'm just,
I'm
I
glad.
like to paint the image.
I'm glad you're painting this for me.
Did you ever have it in school where people would just like turn the gas on all the time?
And it would smell really.
Yeah, as if that's like a good prank to kill everyone.
Look at this
gas.
prank. I'm going to kill me and all of my 30 classmates. Great prank.
Great prank.
Aston Kutcher's there, fried in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah. You just got pranked. Everyone's fucking dead, just corpses all over chemistry. Yeah. Basically, they create a. They've not heard from her yet,
Hmm.
and but they're like assessing her, and she's very realistic and everything. And one was going, "She's incredible, remarkable. It's better than we could have ever hoped. What if she's too good? Is there such a thing as too good?" And then she says, "We'll have to wait and see, I suppose."
Oh, that's a spine
A
tingle.
little bit sinister, because like, fuck, she's already like smart and she understands and has a conscience.
Yeah,
This could get out of hand quick.
that could. That's great.
Thanks, man.
That would send shivers up my spine.
Up your goddamn spine. That would turn your hair bone white, wouldn't it?
Would. Jeez, oh. Shall we
Let's
move
hear
on?
your dialogue.
Okay.
We'll move on to your dialogue, yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Okay. I'm going to paint the picture for you,
Please
Stu.
do. We're in
Uh,
chemistry class.
It's a lab. Set in a lab. What I'm thinking. Nah, I'll do it different. I'll do it different then. It's set in an underground bunker. Man fixing
Gonna
machine.
kill Hitler.
I'm thinking nuclear bunker. It's after a nuclear fallout. Man fixing machine in order for it to work again.
Why else would you fix it? That's
Uh,
classic fixing
that's
stuff.
classic of the fixing.
Doesn't matter if you're
genre.
on that repair program or Ex Machina.
Exactly.
You're just fixing shit.
Exactly. And the guy is talking to himself,
Oh,
and he's got an assistant.
useful for the viewers.
He's also got an assistant, so that's he's talking to the assistant, and he
And
goes
himself.
and
In the way that
himself.
you're talking to yourself right now.
Yes.
Whenever we talk, we're talking to ourselves.
So he's talking to himself, but the assistant is there, and
Okay.
he's chipping in.
Okay.
That'll be fun. That'll
That'll
be
be
a
a
fun moment.
fun little moment, yeah.
So he's going, okay, I just need to take off the bending apparatus. I'm going to insert ionized protons through here, and
Most English guy in the world for some reason.
and I'm going to remove the shuttle shaft. And I'll attach this white wire to the blue wire. And the assistant goes, "You don't want to do that." And he goes, "Yes, I do. That's exactly what I want to do." because this will happen. And then the machine starts up. Bzzzt. "Hello, master.
Wow.
I'm a robot."
Imagine that, isn't it? Hello, master. I'm a robot. That's the moment the Oscars panel, like, yeah, this is a shooting. This is certain.
This is a great
It's like
film.
a cross between Paddington and Flubber. That's the best movie of all time.
That's a, and then, because that's, sometimes you need to tell, not show.
Mm. Have you seen this movie, Producer Mark?
No.
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 So you
I
won't
can
know if
almost
that's in it.
guarantee that doesn't happen.
It would be quite a swing, that scene, I think.
I think the only time you ever need to say "I am a robot" is like, you know, when you're doing improv or before, you know, you could have
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
effects. If there's something that's clearly looking like a robot,
They've spent $1 billion on this film, and she's going, "I'm a robot."
the director's sitting going, "I just don't know if the audience are going to know what it is."
Probably won't know it's a
We've given
robot.
her a metal body. Do you think that's enough?
However, what I want to say is they look human on the poster, so it's a human being. It looks maybe looks like he's a surgeon, and then it wakes up and it goes, "I am a robot," and then the audience go, "Of course."
Is that what happened in Face Off? Did Nicolas Cage and John Travolta just need to keep going? Nicolas Cage's like, "I'm John Travolta."
I'm Castor Troy.
I needed that refresher. I think they should have done it every 5 minutes, just so we all know where we stand.
Be great. I'd love it.
Beeling again. Right, should we come on to plots?
Sure.
Mine's a bit long, I can't lie to you. It's
mine's
baggy ass shit.
Mine's is long and baggy.
A lot of words used, not much, actual stuff in there.
Yeah.
Can I just plow through?
Aye. Make it funny.
It's the 2060s. It's California, and two scientists are up on their luck. Robert and Jacob are two of the most intelligent and respected AI programmers of their day. They're old college friends who have successful careers and have been obsessed with the same goal for ages, recreating human life. However, it's not something they take lightly. The ability to play God and... the punctuation isn't fantastic, the way I've written this. The ability to play God, blah, blah, blah. They frequently debate.
Voice is good.
Honestly, the paragraphs about that, the voice has stopped about that far in. Maybe I'll come back.
I was honestly just waiting for what point.
The voice was never lasting the whole
What point
time.
is this going to stop?
Shockingly early. I'm struggling to read it as myself, that's the problem. They frequently debate and worry about the possible ramifications if they manage to create humanoid life. and if it goes wrong. Safety is their top priority, and they have stringent tests. They ultimately decide that the potential positives of humanoid robots' ability to work menial tasks and not use up the Earth's resources compared to humans, so that they'll help climate change, outweighs the negative things. But it needs to be perfect to work. They devise many tests to put the humanoids through, to monitor performance. Hence the poster, the tagline, just getting that in there. They create the humanoid on ecstatic and with the impossibly complicated tech working. However, they soon realize that the robot is so human that she can feel genuine emotion. She's conscious. She's intelligent and able to understand her situation, and that she's a guinea pig being created to work as a slave, essentially. This throws up huge moral conundrums for the scientists, and they agonize over whether they can go ahead with it. However, they're now in the pocket of big tech, who've put millions and millions of pounds into their project and feel pressurized to bring it to market. Eventually, both men fall for the humanoid emotionally, and it's a bit of a weird love triangle. They decide that it's too risky to unveil her as a mass market product, because it would change mankind forevermore, and they decide that the best thing to do is to not go forward with it. However, in order to do so, they have to switch her off. They have to kill her, which breaks their hearts. It's basically a modern riff on Frankenstein to a degree, and feels like a long Black Mirror episode to the end.
Okay. Sounds like every AI film ever made.
Yeah. Have you seen, I didn't watch it all, but there's a Robin Williams movie called The Bicentennial Man. Have you seen that?
No, but I've seen the advert.
The trailer was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The trailer was fantastic.
I think you told me to watch the trailer.
Really funny. And then you watch the film and you're like,
it's shite.
It's not as good as the trailer. So yeah, any questions?
Nah.
Life's too short to question that, Pish.
Perfect. I loved it. Thought it was great.
Let's hear yours.
Okay, here's my plot. This is what I think will happen, word for word, in Ex Machina.
If we do this for long enough, like monkeys with typewriters, we will just
come up with the perfect film.
Nail
the
it.
Complete works of Shakespeare.
All the eight. Yeah, we'll also do that. We'll guess Romeo and Juliet, word for word.
Word for word, when we're trying to guess Flubber, or whatever.
John Malkovich is in it. Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Barbara Streisand's in
it. Here's my...
There's titties. There's a passionate fuck scene.
That's the perfect film.
Someone's got to write it.
I want Forrest Whitaker with John Malkovich being horny. That's what I want.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Passionate fuck scene.
Tell me you're not fucking clicking on that YouTube link.
I've got it in my favourites.
Let's hear your plot.
It's Earth. It's the year 3000, and not much has changed, but we live under a strict regime alongside humanoid robots. Sandra is a former robot.
Sandra, she's called fucking Sandra. Unbelievable.
Sandra is a former robot, or an ex-machine, you could say.
Do you think it's like Italian, like Ex Machina?
Set in Turin.
On Earth, famously.
She was made for laborious household tasks, but one day she went through a complex process which gave her a conscience and thoughts and feelings of her own. A lot of robots are like Sandra now, living free in their own communities. There's only one problem. A little thing called the duality of man.
Ever heard of it?
That's the only squeaky wheel in this thing. An uprising against the Ex Machines have begun due to the mistrust from humans, and they start trying to exterminate them. However, it's tricky to spot them. There's only one surefire way to tell if someone is an ex-robot. They ask them a question only humans know the answer to, which is a tagline, I think, on the poster.
No,
What was-
unless you've looked at a different poster.
What was the tagline?
It was something about what if I fail your test? What happens to me if I fail your test? That's the test you're
the
talking about.
test is
So
a
like, who was the first £1 million footballer or something like that? That's the question.
the test is the one question that they don't know the answer
So she goes,
to.
Trevor Francis. Right, you're in. Nailed it.
The actual question is it cold outside? Robots don't know if it's cold.
Alexa rarely knows that, to be fair.
They would have like a temperature gauge, wouldn't they?
I think that would be the least of what they'd be able to do.
What would one question be that they wouldn't know the answer to?
That's really not for me to worry about. You're the screenwriter of this particular plot.
Sandra decides to go undercover as a human to find out their plans and feed back to her ex-machine community. One day she meets John, a human man who doesn't agree with the robot genocide. They fall in love and she is still wary to tell him that she's a robot. Eventually he finds out and they go through that classic separation, only to meet back up about 20 minutes later in the film for everything to be cool. They manage to escape some people who have started hunting them after they find out, and they go to a utopia where humans and robots live side by side. The whole thing is a very clever allegory for race or something. The end.
Or something, really doing a lot of lifting there. Can't wait to bicker about that in part
I'll
2.
be getting that point.
Okay, there's a lot in that. It's rich, it's a rich text.
Do you think?
Yeah, mine's a lot more theoretical. Yours has got a lot more shit going on, which is usually a good thing, I think.
Such a good screenwriter.
You really are. You're one of the best.
Thanks.
I also enjoyed at one point, I think it was in your dialogue because you were freewheeling, that you did actually use a phrase from the self-tape we did the other day,
Yeah.
which is funny.
Don't tell anyone.
But we didn't say which part.
Could be the
Could be the thing where you... I
the
can't
shuttle
remember.
shock or something, was it?
Probably because he's got a bunch of shuttlecocks in his car boot. We were looking at earlier. Shall we do bonuses?
Yes, please. Go one for one.
Oh, yes.
I wrote these very quickly a minute ago, so these will be terrible. We'll see a robot die as if they're human, but instead of blood, there'll be wires and shit pouring out
Okay.
of their
I
skin.
wonder how... Because Her, obviously, the movie Her, isn't 100 million miles from this.
But that's not a
It's
humanoid,
not-
it's
yeah.
just a thing
But
on the
you'd
wall.
think, in terms of the theory and stuff of the film and the points they're making, it might be similar.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's true.
by the by.
But they weren't out that far. Well, according to you, that would be like the same year that they were out.
I think Her was before this.
No.
Could be wrong. I don't know. Shit, dude, I'm thick. I've got... There's a literal metaphor placed somewhere, like a copy of Frankenstein or something,
Okay.
in the background.
Like it. A little red light dying out to represent the robot dying.
Some kind of hologram phone screen.
Cool. A junkyard / pile of broken machines to represent a mass grave of robots.
The old Wall-E routine.
The old Wall-E routine. This is Wall-E.
Well, live action Wall-E, this.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course it is.
I've got simply one of them thinks about fucking the robot.
Just thinks about it.
I think there's going to be emotions at play
You
here.
don't say P and V. P and M
There's
machine.
not going to be any of that carry on. No,
Okay.
I don't think we'll see anyone fuck the robot. But I think the sort of the idea of fucking the robot will be there somewhere.
It's appealing, sure.
Is that you done your bonuses?
You think, yeah? You think there's going to be a machine?
Well, we've already got sex robots. I mean, I didn't come here to talk to you about it today, but you know they do exist.
Yeah.
But
And
I
where
think
do
it's
you
going to be
think-
more a thing of like these scientists spend so much time with this woman, and because she's so lifelike, they'll just fall for her, like they'll have a real deep human connection the way you would with an actual woman. Is my thinking. But then
Some
Oscar
people-
Isaac's like, I want to fuck this chick.
Fuck that huge machine over there.
Yeah.
That Wally looking motherfucker.
But I don't think they'll see it. I don't think it'll be horny.
I don't think it'll be horny until you put it into my filthy mind. Now I'm thinking it's going to be horny as all hell.
Theme tune.
What do you fancy?
I'd like you to make a trailer this week, Steve. Please.
Okay.
For the movie.
Like a little thing you would hear on the radio station.
Yeah, like a radio trailer. Can you do that for me?
Sure. Of
Well, I
course
look
I
forward
can.
to hearing it.
I've already played it for you. I've already made it, and I'll play it for you right now. It's the future. It's planet Earth, and one robot is down on her luck.
I am a poor little robot and I am down on my luck.
How far would you be willing to go to save humankind?
We'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
We're about to find out that blood runs thicker than wires.
Are you a human? Well, then I'm going to kill you.
This summer, see the movie critics are calling a movie about robots and other stuff.
5 eggs out of 6.
What's the Script presents Ex Machina.
How do you like your eggs in the morning? Boiled or dead?
Rated 15. It's always a 15.
Well, that was actually the second time you played it to me, because you'd already played it to me. So, even better the second time.
Thanks.
I loved it. What did you think, Mark?
Best thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
He doesn't say that lightly.
If you liked it, leave a comment below. If not, just keep your opinions to yourself.
You've had a very Aggie energy today, Steve.
Me?
Yeah, you've been giving out to the listeners.
I've had too many of these iron brews to coursing
We
through my veins.
need to go and watch this damn movie to see if we guessed it correctly. Shall we go and do that?
Immediately.
Thank you for listening to part 1, and we'll be back shortly, having
In
seen the film.
part 2.
And we're back. We have just watched Ex Machina. If you've never seen it, here is a brief synopsis. Caleb Smith, a young programmer, gets a chance to become a part of a strange scientific experiment where he is expected to assess artificial intelligence by interacting with a female robot. What did you think, Steve?
I liked it. I did. I really liked it. Thought it was good. Nicely paced. Good story. Very stylish. Good performances.
But enough about what's the script.
Hey, this is what they come for.
That's why I get the big bucks.
Yeah, I liked it. What did you think?
Well, it brings me no pleasure to say this, because it would be nice for once if we had contrasting opinions, but I really liked it too. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was going to like it for quite a while. It was a little bit slow, I thought, in places towards the the beginning and the middle, but when it got its claws into me, I thought, yeah, this is class actually. As you say, very stylistically shot. Reminded me quite a lot of like 2001 with all the red and the cameras and everything like that. Very futuristic.
Yep.
But done in a classy way where it's like, I think we spoke before about how
Can look tacky.
it can look really aged really quickly when you
Yeah.
try and imagine what the future's like. But because it's like in such near future and it's just done in such a minimalist way,
Yeah.
it looked sort of timeless, I thought. And I just thought it was really interesting and
Yeah.
well done.
Good concept. I was quite kind of trying to figure out what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
What's this guy's motive? See
Yeah.
the Oscar Isaac guy. I was like, this guy's an arsehole, but I can't really put my finger on
He's
it.
a handsome boy, isn't he?
Oh, he's
Oscar
a
Isaac.
good looking boy. Oh, of course he is.
Cool motherfucker.
Of course he is.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what the deal was. Because I think I can't quite remember what's in part 1, but I think tone-wise I wasn't a million miles away, where it was a very talky movie of like,
Yeah.
it was talking about theory and, sort of debating whether we can play God and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that, but it was also, that sounds quite dry and boring, but it was a lot more exciting than that.
Yeah, because it's like there was a wee bit of a twist in it.
Yeah, and then towards the end it becomes... Well, you don't realise it's a psychological thriller, and then
Yeah.
it becomes a psychological thriller, and then towards the end it becomes almost like a slasher movie kind of thing, almost.
And even throughout it, there's parts where I'm thinking, oh, maybe... I was like, oh, that, the Asian girl that was in it, I was like, she's a robot, I know that. So I was thinking it was all smart, and I
Can't
was like,
fool me.
maybe the ginger guy's a robot, you know? And then he started like cutting himself open
Yeah.
to see if he was a robot. I was
'Cause they
like,
had him going and all.
They had him going, so that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah. Everyone
Um,
getting in everyone's head.
And they've completely set that up for a bloody sequel.
Is
Hard-
there a sequel?
I don't know, but there should be. She's out in the wild getting up to
Yeah.
hijinks. That would be such a laugh.
Some kind of Terminator sequel kind
That'd
of
be
thing.
class. Just her, a mad guide, finding out this woman's a robot. That'd be great.
Yeah, it was a
Make it a
satisfying
comedy.
ending, I thought.
Can make it a big comedy, the sequel.
Yeah, yes,
Change
completely
genre.
different. Yeah, I thought it was great, man. Our old friend Plato's Cave
Yeah, that made an
was in
appearance.
it. Yeah, one of your favourite philosophical musings.
One of my the only ones that I know.
Yeah.
Also, did they not mention the tracks thing? No, I don't think they did. That was a TikTok
Maybe.
that I watched
No.
during the film.
But there was quite a lot of like nods and stuff like that in it
Yeah,
to those kind of problems.
playing God. He was hitting out with a few quotes.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac's giving, I know the fucking quote.
And like the nods to like 2001 and also like I don't know if you know the story of Bluebeard, but it was like that.
No.
It's about like an old. Do you know this, Mark?
I don't think
Did it
so.
at uni, but it's about like a like this rich old kind of king kind of guy, I guess. But he's rich and he's got this house where like basically he's like murdered all his ex-wives and stuff.
And they're in the closets. and
Yeah, and basically he has this new women, and he's like, you can have free reign of everywhere, but there's one room you can't go into. And her curiosity gets the better of her, and then when she goes, that's where all the wives are piled up and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of this film reminded me of
It's
that
a
story.
nod. They were
Yes,
nodding.
even the guy he had a beard, and his company was called something like Blue Book.
Well,
So I think
yeah.
I think it's in there
I
somewhere.
think that's a nod.
Mm.
That's more than
Your
a nod.
management company, Blue Book. So is that a nod to Bluebeard?
That is, yeah. My
Yeah.
agent is the king.
But we don't need to get into what they're into.
No,
Probably
not.
all above board.
there's no skeletons in our closets.
But I thought it was a smart movie, but not a boring movie, which is a good balance.
Yeah, very smart. It was. I wanted to kind of compare it to Her.
Me too, and it's way better
Way
than
better
her.
than Her. Her was quite shite compared
Boring.
to this. Boring.
And also
Because they were
watching
kind of touching
her,
on similar things. as
similar
well.
themes, but watching her, I think I said at the time, but like, it's one of those ones where maybe it just went over my head, but I was watching it thinking, I know I'm meant to take lots of great, large themes and
Yeah.
conclusions from
This
this,
is an
but I
allegory.
don't know what any of this means and what I'm meant to take. Whereas with this,
This had
I got it.
action, a wee bit of action
Yeah.
in it, a wee bit of excitement. That was what Her was missing, because that was just a love story essentially, wasn't it? But
yeah,
this had a wee bit of something else.
there's different ways you can want to fuck robots.
There is. I would rather shag a robot
Than a
that
computer.
looks like a human being
Yeah.
than one that's a wee fucking dot on a
I'm
wall.
gonna say it, and this is a
voice.
controversial take, but I'd rather shag Alicia Vikander than
the voice of
an Intel Pentium processor.
with the voice of Scarlett Johansson.
As nice as the voice is,
Great voice. But
I'm not pumping a computer.
nah, you're not putting your floppy in that disc.
Shall we come on to points?
Come
On
guys.
that note,
Come on.
we need to do one clean episode before the series is out.
Let's do numbers. I've literally got like hardly any points from this because I
Good.
thought it was going to be completely different.
I got really close to all the numbers.
Did you?
Yeah, I did really well on the numbers.
Shit. Yeah, I basically just thought this was going to be.
What did you have going on again? You had a lot more
genocide.
action.
I basically had Terminator, kind of,
wasn't that.
but not exciting. So the year was 2014
And I had 2015.
and 2007.
Yeah, because you think every film came out when you were in high school.
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes, I had 93% and it was 92%.
I had 85.
Runtime, I had 1 hour 55 and it was 1 hour 50.
No, it was 1 hour 48.
What did you have?
2 hours.
Alright, I'm 3 up.
Doesn't matter.
15, always a 15.
I've got 15.
Okay, so I'm 3 up.
I think you've already won. Stu.
Yeah, go straight through. Get the tortoise out.
I've only got 2 highlighted points here. I mean, I had to improv my dialogue, so that could have all been in it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I said.
I remember some of the things you said. 'cause it was-
Ionized protons.
Yeah. Well, we can't even get into that. You're gonna get sued for that dialogue,
Nah,
and I welcome that.
didn't sign any NDA. Fuck them.
Did you not?
I did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You don't know what we're talking about though. Could be anything.
So do you want to come back at me?
I guess so.
Also, right now I've got titties. Yes, Bechdel. No. Loads of titties in this.
Back there, no? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely spot on. I've got a pile of broken machines to represent mass grave of robots, kinda with the cupboards.
Because I pity you this week, you can have that.
I'm nodding at that. Come on.
You're doing something.
I mean that, and I've only got
I've broken your spirit now.
Sandra decides to go undercover as a human.
Sandra the robot. Imagine I got beat by that.
And that isn't even really that accurate.
Every character in a movie you just think is called the same name as a fucking dinner lady
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, Sandra, Sally,
Kathy Tia.
Kathy,
Nero.
Betty. You know,
I'm just going to trot out some of mine.
go.
Because I've absolutely wiped my dick on the curtains with you this week, I'm
That's
afraid.
a horrible turn of phrase. Too.
I hope that's a metaphor.
It's very clever. They frequently debate and worry about the possible ramifications of the invention. They devise many tests for her to monitor performance. She can feel genuine emotion and understand her situation. Both men fall for humanoids.
Stop listening, Stu.
There's a literal metaphor placed somewhere, which was the Jackson Pollock painting.
What was that a metaphor for?
I don't know, something cool. And one of them thinks about fucking the robot.
Well, you're not getting the metaphor one if you can't tell me what the metaphor was. Was it a metaphor for chaos?
I can't remember, but they did explain it for about 5 minutes in the film.
Yeah, they just explained what the painting was. It wasn't really an underlying metaphor for the film.
I think it was a metaphor for something.
It was a metaphor that he was like, if he just let his mind wander and do whatever, but if he actually thought about it, he wouldn't have ever done anything.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something stupid like that. I've got
You
the
into Jackson
end.
Pollock?
Hmm?
You into Jackson Pollock?
Mate. Of course.
Yeah?
He's
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
He's a painter.
What were you going to say?
Jackson Pollock's easel. That's it's messy. I've got the end. That's
The end. That happens.
It
Yeah.
ended. It did end.
I've also got the end, sadly.
Fuck. Cancelled that out. You won, Stu.
Yeah, that's the easiest we've ever breezed through
I
that.
think you absolutely trolloped me there.
Yeah, I think it was just like, I just had a feeling what the tone of this was going to be. And you
You're a
didn't.
smart guy.
I'm a smart guy. I'm a really
And
smart
I'm a
guy.
dummy.
Shall we get our critics
I'm a
in?
big dumb bitch, yeah.
Do you want
Uh,
Paddy in or do you want Roger in?
Well, you win, so it's your choice.
Alright, well let's get Paddy out of the way and let's see what his pitch is. Shall
Let's get you in. Let's go to critics' reviews.
Critic reviews.
Hello, so how you doing? What's going on?
Oh, I'm good, Paddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm not so bad. Not so bad.
You
Not
look
three bad.
You look slightly different this week.
What makes you say that?
You look like you've got a big hole in your face.
That's not a very kind thing to say to someone you're not that pally with.
Oh, we're not pals?
Oh, we're acquaintances. We're colleagues. I'll give
News
you
to
that.
me.
That's like Peter Kay saying I've got a big hole in my mouth. We're
You-
colleagues.
You're not pals with Peter?
Oh, we hate each other off screen. Yeah, have I never told you?
Really?
Oh, horrible man.
This is an exclusive. Can you tell us more?
Well, I went round to his gaff once for garlic bread, and he said I had a hole in my head.
Is that where his bit came from? Was that you?
Yeah, well, yeah. Who do you think was? I made the observation that isn't it
Right.
strange to have garlic on bread?
And he stole that.
He stole it because to him, garlic on bread, that's standard. That's normal.
Yeah.
Very, very standard bit of food. That
But to you, crazy.
to me, crazy. Not in my house growing up. Garlic bread? Are you joking? No way.
Sounds
What's
better
next?
in your
Cheesecake?
voice. Is that what you said to him as well?
Yeah, I was. You know what it's like when Paddy gets on a roll. It's just topper after topper after topper, and he's with notebook at a table. All his food's going cold.
I can't believe he stole your fucking jokes, man. What a piece of
That's
shit.
why we're nemesis now.
What a piece of shit.
Anyway, if I may speak for the whole of my head, I've had a bit of dental work done this week. That's
Looks
correct,
great.
yeah.
Looks great. Love it.
I was getting a root canal, and I said, while you're down there, let's get these lips done. Why to get some lip filler in, you know.
The opposite of
I'm on
lip filler.
telly, you know, I've got money.
Yeah. Is it good? Are you happy with the job?
Well, the problem... No, I'm not fucking happy with it. I'd rather be a tortoise. What do you think I'm happy with it? So root canal, that goes swimmingly. No problems there. No qualms with the root canal. But the problem is, well, it's not like she's a plastic surgeon, you know, she's a dentist.
Okay.
But I say, you know, while you're down there, I'll make it interesting. I palmed her a 50. She had the serum. You meant to pump up the lips, but she accidentally sucked it out.
Oh, so she
sucked all the moisture out of my lips, and now
Right.
my lips have vanished. So I need to get it redone next week.
Right.
I mean, my
God.
face has been through the fucking woes this season. Let me tell you.
What's going to happen if she does that again? What's good? I mean,
Well, if she sucks it even harder out,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess my face will, like a black hole, it will start to spread.
Just be a black hole on top of
Suck me nose
nice
in.
big shoulders.
Something like that.
Have you got
A black hole? It's not as good, that.
black holes?
What's next? Supermassive black hole?
It's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
I notice you're not writing it down in your notebook, but
Well, I know Roger's
there's
outside.
something.
He'll
There's a seed of
probably
an idea.
be writing it. So you got like a wee thing for us this week, a wee pitch?
I've
or-
got a pitch, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
like you calling it a wee thing. That's very patronising. That.
I don't like your accent using we. I think that's quite
Cultural appropriation.
appropriation,
Oh, for
yeah.
fuck's sake. Yeah, you're welcome to think that. You Scotch, you're very sensitive, the jocks.
fucking hell. That's two bombs and one Scotch
slurs.
jocks. Two slurs.
You step to Paddy, he steps back.
I know.
You want to hear me pitch?
Of course. Yeah. Yes, please.
All right. I've last week, the Die-Hard listeners, they'll know, pitched a game show in the pre-Egghead slot. Prior to that, I was more interested in the dating side of things. I've gone back to dating
Okay.
this week based on the films. So simply, Ex Machina on the beach. You know the show Ex on Beach?
Yeah.
Well, this is Ex Machina on Beach. I mean, what more do you need than that? The title alone, that's got to get an 8-part series, surely.
Sold.
All right.
What happens?
In short, it's a dating/reality show where sexy singles looking for love, or at least a shag, are on holiday and shacked up on an island in blissful surroundings. At first, that is. It's all fun and games, getting drunk and tashing on, until advanced AI humanoids designed to mimic the best version of their ex walk out of the water and towards them up beach, upsetting the shagging ecosystem. At first, the contestants think it's just a version of their ex on the beach with the robots. No, hold on, I fucked this up. They think it's just like Ex on Beach with a robot. It's not that, there's more to it.
Right.
So they're not that spooked because they've seen Ex on Beach. It becomes clear soon that it's not actually about finding love and rekindling with your ex. It's actually, in fact, about the future of the human race as the sexy ex-androids are rising up and taking over and the humans must escape and flee the island. It's less of a dating show and more of a horny battle royale kind of thing, even though I've not seen that.
I've not seen it
well,
either.
me
Maybe
neither.
that could be next week.
From what I've been led to believe, it's like that. I ain't seen it. Survival of the fittest, basically. Bear Grylls at the island meets Black Mirror. Forget about getting your hole. Just get yourself to safety. The androids are taking over. Anyone who escapes successfully wins and keeps their lives. Everyone else dies. There's no real prize beyond that. It's very high stakes.
Well,
There's no holidays out of it, really.
that's the best prize, isn't it?
Can film it
Life.
on the Isle of Fernando's. I get a discount.
Yeah.
Little paddy discount. We're going to need to make up a lot of money because the Android technology is not cheap and they need to be waterproof in this example, which is very difficult to do. They've not mastered that yet. Thinking MTV, sponsored by Google and Home Pride tomato and basil pasta sauce.
That goes hand in hand.
Any questions?
Is that from the blood? From
That'll be the blood. There'll be
Yeah.
blood. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Great,
People will
no?
be cutting themselves thinking wondering if they're androids.
exactly. That's what I'll be doing.
Paddy will be presenting it, tearing his own flesh out.
Brilliant. I think
Happy
that's
with
a great
Any
TV
notes?
show. No notes. Absolutely nothing at all. I think that's perfect.
That walks in.
Thanks very much for that. Appreciate that. Look out for that on ITV2. Did you say?
Well, MTV, hopefully.
MTV. Sorry.
But we'll see.
Which is that a channel still?
I've no idea.
Look out for that on.
It's going to be on a music channel, I think.
Yeah.
Just make it look like music videos.
Put it on after Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pimp My Island.
Pimp My
With
Island.
waterproof androids.
Brilliant. What are you up to next week, Paddy?
I'm doing Soccer Aid. So I've got my kit bag with me.
Right, okay.
I've been doing drills in the garden.
So you brought your wee kit bag along.
Yes. And it's nice that it's got an outing. I thought it was going to go unmentioned, so we fulfilled the remit of the kit bag. That's provided. Great chat.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Paddy.
Do you want to hear the team sheet for Soccer Aid?
If you can do it very
Me,
quickly.
Jim Davidson, Len Goodman.
Fucking hell.
That's the back three.
Is that the racist
That's
11?
the back three.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules are different this year. It used to just be you have to be famous to have a profile. Now it's you have to be a racist.
And you?
No, I'm pretending. I just want to
Just want
to play. I like a kickabout. What can I say? I like to do my charity work. That's been well documented.
Brilliant. Thanks
Right, I
very
better
much.
go. I
mate.
need to go do drills in car park.
See you later,
See
Paddy.
you. Adios.
Jeez, oh, that was intense.
There he goes.
Pretending to be a racist. Wow. Bold move.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Not ideal.
Like to think I wouldn't do that. As much as I'd love to play soccer, Ed.
Would you pretend
a
to be a
line.
racist to play soccer?
It's one of the great questions, isn't it?
Exactly.
We can ask that on Some Laugh. That's a good philosophical question. Should we get your critic in?
Yes, are you there, Rog?
Critic reviews.
All right, boys.
Hey, Rog, how you doing?
Oh, no much, my man. How have you been up to much?
I'm good, man.
Good. That's not what I asked you, Stu.
Well, I
you
know, I'm
silly
just trying to
sausage.
see how you fucking feel. You never answer what I ask you.
I'm confused. You've thrown me.
Have I been up to much? No. What have you been doing?
Been going on lads' holidays, ain't I?
Aye, plural. Since last week, you've been on. How many holidays you been on?
6.
6 holidays.
One different place per day.
Okay.
Back
wanna
home
run me
on
through them?
Sunday.
Do you want to run me through it?
Monday, Antigua. Tuesday, Nepal. Wednesday, Fife. Thursday, back over to Antigua again.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Because that's the way the flights worked. Saturday, Qatar. I thought the World Cup would be on. It's no. Sunday, back to sunny old Stirling.
Okay, so let's go through these holidays then. Who are you with in Antigua? First time round.
Just on my lonesome.
So that's a lad's holiday, is it?
Well, I met two good boys there who decided to go with me in the rest of the holidays.
Oh, tell me about them.
Originally, it was meant to be me by myself the whole week. Nice wee retreat. Met a couple of good lads. We are best pals.
Oh,
now.
yeah. Who
We
are
went
they?
to Antigua, the home of Corona, obviously, and I met these two boys there. One's called Raoul, the other is called George.
George and Raoul.
There we go. Good bunch of boys. That's me with my wee specs on and without a beard.
You look a lot younger with the specs.
Well, that's what
without the
Antigua
specs.
does to you, Stu. That's what
It's like the
Antigua...
fountain of youth, isn't it?
The Antigua snow does that to you.
Snowing over there, is it?
This time of year. You better
Right.
believe it.
All right. So what did you get up to in Antigua? Did you have a good laugh?
Went to a club, sold us this. They told me that this was going to be on every bottle.
You thought that was a commercial
I thought
product.
this was a commercial product.
You
Turns
could
out
think you were getting image rights.
they just charged me $50
Wow.
and said,
Seems
get the
quite
hell
steep.
out of here.
Seems like quite expensive deal.
Blinking
And then
heck.
day 2, where were you again? You were Nepal, I believe, in day 2.
Nepal,
What was
Nepal.
going on in Nepal?
Everest.
Smash that out.
Smashed that
A
in
bit
one
worse
day.
for wear probably from the night before, but just
Couple hours.
up and doing everything.
Up and down.
Easy
Seen it.
peasy.
Back down. People like to do it over a few days. Nah. Can't be asked to that. Just up and down. the one
Run
day.
up, run, you know.
Yeah, I was just...
For the listeners, Roger's just spat all over me.
Sorry, coronavirus. Sprinted right up it, sprinted back down onto the flight. Nearly missed the flight.
Keep the engine running, pilot. I'm just nipping up and down.
The guy was like, "If we got a Roger Egbert, this flight's been delayed for 6 hours." I'm like, "Hold on, pal. Right, I'm
You're not taking anything with you. No, I've got my Corona if I need it. But you didn't need it.
This
It's
is in
still
my hand luggage, you know."
cost me $50 Antiguan dollars. I'm not spunking it just because I'm a bit thirsty up Everest.
Exactly. Christ.
Day 3, where are you going in 5?
This was actually a 6-pack. I drank 5 of them up Everest.
Well, you want to have a bit of a buzz on if you're going up Everest.
Exactly. Day 3, where were we? 5.
5, yeah, we're about.
Burnt Island.
Burnt Islands, yeah. By
Yeah.
the seaside, that's nice. What are you
Visited
doing?
your mum.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that.
Nothing dodgy, Stu. Nothing dodgy. Just went round for dinner, made me mince and tatties, back in the flight.
Right. I mean, Burnt Island doesn't have an airport, but
Well, they should.
where did you fly to?
I flew into the closest one, Cumbernauld, and then I got the train.
Right, okay, that's how anyone would choose to do it.
Exactly.
How's my mum? How's she getting on?
Oh, great, Stu. You should phone her more.
Yeah,
she's,
yeah,
saying,
she worried about me.
she's worried.
That's fair enough.
She thinks you're hanging about with the wrong people.
Followed in with a weird crowd. Day 4, where were you then?
Back to
Back
Antigua.
to Antigua,
Back
yeah.
to
Same boys,
Antigua.
Raoul and
They were still there.
yeah.
They were with me the whole time, actually. They came to
Right.
your house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, still a lot.
Big
So
pot of mince and tatties for Raoul and fucking whatever his name
They
is.
liked it a lot. That's why we had to go back to Antigua to drop them off.
Right.
We're missing home.
So they live there, do they?
Oh, aye, of course.
Right.
Locals.
Back to the snow.
Local boys.
And then what was day 5?
Fuck me, you tell me, Stu. I've been all over the shop. Day 5 was, oh God, what was it? Oh, blinking heck.
I mean, you've been through a lot this week, so I can't expect you to remember exactly where you were every day.
Weird, I can't remember my holiday. It's only a few days ago. Oh,
It
jeez.
doesn't seem like what often people come back from holiday refreshed. You seem more stressed.
I'm very stressed, Stu. I'm so stressed. Because we went to Antigua, then we went to... Well, I can't remember where it was, but I can tell you what I did.
All right.
Jet skis.
Right, okay. So probably back to my island. Me, my mum, and you on jet
On
skis.
the back. She was on back.
I don't know how I feel about that, but have you got a review for us this week?
Of course I do, Stu. Here we go. On the Sunday, I actually watched this film. So
Right.
That's why.
Thank God.
Here we go. Here's my review of Ex Machina. Ex Machina is the sci-fi modern classic about a guy who tests a robot for artificial intelligence. You'd have to be an artificial imbecile not to enjoy this flick. Domhnall Gleeson was stupendous as the timid programmer Caleb. Let me tell you, I'd be filled with glee if he was my son. Oscar Isaac was incredible as the AI genius Nathan. If he doesn't win an Oscar for this, I'll rip my sack off. Isaac, my sack. Alicia Vikander plays the cunning robot Ava. We'll need to put a leash upon her neck to keep her from getting up to mischief. Alex Garland smashes it in his directorial debut. It was so good, I've been chucking flowers at him all day. Do I believe in AI? AI? Roger rates this certified artificial eggs. 14 eggs out of 16.
Wow, good review, Roger. Thank you for that.
Thanks very much.
What are you up to this week then?
Couple more holidays.
Yeah, where to?
Lapland, Finland, Scotland. Back to Scotland.
Wow, I better let you go off. You're a fucking busy man these days.
See you later.
Alright, you take care. Nice to see you.
All the best. See you later, boys.
See you, mate.
See you later, producer. Bye.
That was Roger.
Jeez, oh. Straight on the flight. There's actually a plane outside
Yeah,
in the garden.
little bobsleigh and then a big plane.
He's leaving the bobsleigh here, straight on the plane.
They parked it in the bobsleigh ride.
You'd think you'd need a bigger run-up than that, than the driveway.
I mean, yeah. Is Roger flying this plane as well? I'm just picturing one of those little propeller planes.
That is. It's essentially... I don't even know how he's still alive.
Oh, that can't sound real. Should we rate it and get out of here, Steve?
Yes, please.
It's very hot in this room, isn't it?
so hot. I'm
It's really got to
toasted.
my head.
I'm sweating.
It's got to my vibe.
Yeah,
It's getting me down.
Let's rate this, dude. What do you think this deserves?
I think on Rotten Tomatoes, Ex Machina deserves 87%. I thought it was very good.
I'm gonna say 8.8.
Wow, even better. You always
Even
have to go
better.
one up me, don't you?
What can I say? That's what kind of guy I am.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We will see you in the outro. Take care. What an episode, Steve.
One of the best, my man.
You reckon?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember if it was.
It was probably good.
It was probably fine.
You made it this far.
You know, we never mentioned one thing in this blinking episode, Stu.
What?
We actually know a robot,
Yeah, we do actually, don't we?
and he's not featured in a while.
No, he's not.
He's a little man / robot called Alfred Hitchcock.
You want to hear from him?
Yes.
Critic reviews.
Hello, mother lovers. Alfred Hitchcock here. Frankly furious that I have been expelled from the podcast and sacked. You'll be hearing from my lawyers for unfair dismissal. I would have translated perfectly to screen. That Paddy McGuinness can do one ... If you enjoyed the episode, please tell your friends. Follow and share the clips on Instagram and Twitter at What's the Script _. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or wherever else. and like and subscribe on YouTube. You can support us by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/what's the script. What movie are we trying to guess the plot of next week, Steve?
The Godfather 2.
The Godfather Part 2.
Thank you, Alfred. See you
There he
later.
goes. Thank you, Alfred. Doing the dirty work we don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't seem too happy, but there he
He
goes.
never is happy.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks very much,
New
guys.
listeners again, absolutely agog.
Oh, God.
They don't
guys.
stand a damn chance.
If you want to know what that was all about.
I don't know how long he's been out of the fold for. A wee
fucking
while.
Ages.
Yeah.
Ages. Probably not even in. Probably just series 1 for him.
I can't remember. Anyway, maybe get a Martin Scorsese mask next week as well.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Anyway, next week we're going to try and guess the plot of The Godfather Part 2.
Yes.
See you there.
See you there, buddy.